Greetings and welcome to the NewsRamp Events Podcast. I'm your host, Max Newsman, delighted to have you with us as we explore today's top stories. At newsramp.com, we curate business news from the best newswires, bringing you the most relevant updates. Before we dive in, just a quick heads up. While AI assists in producing this podcast and generating the voices, the news stories are all real. You can read the full articles on newsramp.com. Today is Monday morning, July 29th, 2024, and we have a great mix of events headlines lined up for you. So whether you're on the go, working out, or just relaxing, stay with us as we get started. Here's our first headline.
Cayenne Wellness Center hosts 16th Annual Sickle Cell Disease Educational Summit, unpacking sickle cell, one warrior at a time. Cayenne Wellness Center is hosting its 16th Annual Sickle Cell Disease Educational Summit, focusing on sickle cell disease and trait awareness. The four-day hybrid event, held virtually and in Torrance, CA, aims to educate over 1,000 virtual attendees and 200 in-person attendees. The summit features FDA-approved therapies, advocacy, nurse training, and a tribute to long-term sickle cell survivors. Attendees can also enjoy a benefit concert and the Nod to Naz art exhibit, honoring the late artist and sickle cell warrior Hertz Nazaire. Register now to join this impactful event and support individuals living with sickle cell disease. Perkins American Food Co. celebrates strong partnerships with franchise network, including a special focus on highlighting highest achievers. Perkins American Food Co. recently celebrated its strong partnerships with franchise partners at the Elevate Brand Conference. The event highlighted top achievers, with awards presented to James Rawfalt of Cyhawk Hospitality and Patrick Doyle of Queen City Family Pancakes. Doyle, named Franchisee of the Year, saw a 10% sales growth in 2023. Rawfalt received the President's Award for his 40 years of commitment to the Perkins brand. Both honorees were recognized for their outstanding leadership and community involvement. Perkins continues to thrive as a beloved American brand, offering quality, value, and service across nearly 300 locations. The Citizens Commission on Human Rights is hosting an event in honor of Purple Heart Day. The Florida chapter of the Citizens Commission on Human Rights, CCHR, is hosting an event at the historic Fort Harrison in downtown Clearwater to honor Purple Heart Day on August 3rd. The event includes a reception at 5 p.m. and a banquet at 5:30 p.m., with a formal presentation by the MacDill Air Force Color Guard. Speakers will address the issue of military suicides and the excessive prescription of mind-altering drugs to veterans. CCHR filed a Freedom of Information Act request, revealing that the Veterans Health Administration spent over $2 billion on psychotropic drugs for veterans. To learn more or reserve a seat, call 727-442-8820.
Tomy International and Paramount announce a crowd-funded Star Trek U.S.S. Enterprise NCC 1701 from the first motion picture. Tomy International and Paramount have announced a crowd-funded Star Trek U.S.S. Enterprise NCC 1701 from the first motion picture. The 1-tone 350 scale replica will be available for pre-order from August 1st to September 12th, 2024. Featuring iridescent paint to mimic the original studio model, die-cast components, and detailed interior, this premium die-cast Enterprise will be a must-have for Star Trek fans. Priced at $699 US, production will begin after reaching the goal of 5,000 pieces. Scheduled for delivery in October 2025, this replica will include a Shurek shuttlecraft, 3 light modes, and a display base with USB power port. Tomy International is excited to offer this unique opportunity to fans and is supporting the launch with a digital campaign targeting U.S. Star Trek enthusiasts.
Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this episode of the NewsRamp Events Podcast. As a reminder, NewsRamp curates news from leading newswires like Newsworthy.ai, 24/7pressrelease.com, NewsDirect.com, and BlockchainWire.io. We encourage you to visit newsramp.com to read all of today's news.